Hey guys, we have an open letter here to Pao. Pao, listen. You had a baby. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. You had the baby at home. You pushed that baby out. Right. We know that. And many other women have done that as well. But that doesn't entitle you to make outrageous demands that are spiteful and you're spiteful in your actions, and you know it, and you're using some silly lines with Russ, Russ, you need to grow a set, okay, because you're totally emasculated. You sit there like a little castrated puppy on the edge of the bed. Yes, pal. Yes, pal. You want to take naked pictures on the beach, pal? Okay. You want to do this, pal? Okay. My mother can come all the way and not hold the baby? All right. I'll tell her. What is wrong with you, Russ? Really? There's got to be something wrong with you, Russ. First of all, what girlfriends did you have in the United States? I mean, you're not a bad-looking guy. So what's up? Why'd you have to go overseas to get a girlfriend at a young age? Okay, so what's going on? Did you just want a different type of girl? Okay. But I think it's more than that, Russ. I do. You have very Midwestern parents. I think your mom's a Longaberger rep, to tell you the truth. I mean, I have a lot of Longaberger, but your mom is really, it's all over the place. And I can just see your mom going to someone's house and doing the whole Longaberger thing. So I think your mom is a rep, or was a rep. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. She's like this Midwestern-y, Christian type mom, and you're bringing in, some very different type of a girl, let's just put it that way. First day she's in your parents' house, she comes to breakfast with like one of those teeny little rompers on. Oh my goodness. Okay, now Russ, now, don't you think you should have prepared her for your parents? Or did you want her to shock them? Could you not been able to stand up to your parents either? So getting this girl is standing up and having her do these outrageous things is a way to dig at your parents. Could be some deep-seated issues there. And now Pal has this baby, and she's sitting there with this baby. No one's going to touch this baby. No one's touching the baby. No one's touching the baby. Okay, listen to me. I'm a germaphobe. I get it. No one's touching the baby. But your mother-in-law and your mother is something different, okay? I could say make sure they wash their hands. I notice how, I don't see them doing the hand washing. So it's not that she's a germaphobe, because her mother-in-law comes right off the airport, and we don't see her. She's peeking under there. The baby's drinking. Mother-in-law handled it pretty well, okay? Pretty well. And Pal is just, it's okay for her mother, right? And then her mother's got this puss on her face, okay? This scrunched up puss on her face. I don't like the way you treated me the other day. All this stuff. She's egging her daughter on. Good. Kudos for the mom. Good. That's gonna cause, nothing but strife in her marriage. But along with a new baby, you're an excellent role model. Good. Pat yourself on the back. Yay! Good pal, mom. Okay. Instead of telling your daughter, bygones be bygones, let's try to do this, having a new baby is going to be stressful enough, you need to let your mother-in-law hold it. But no, Pal says she can come clean. She can come clean my toilets, she can come clean and empty my trash cans, but she's not holding her only grandson. Oh my gosh, don't be silly. No, 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 no. My mother can hold him. I can hold him. Russ may be allowed to hold him every once in a while, but you're not holding him. No, no. Pal, are you something really wrong with you? That you think this is going to fly? Because if it does fly and it's allowed to continue, there's something seriously wrong with your husband, yourself, and your mother. And I'm sorry, mother-in-law, you better start, asserting yourself. I mean, that is just ridiculous that you can't hold the baby. I don't get that. You have a baby and your in-laws come, you should be proud of your baby. Even if you didn't get along that well with your in-laws, here's your baby, okay? Maybe it's something that can bring you together finally, okay? You should do it with the hope that something can, right? Instead, you're going to cause this strife right from the get-go. And it's so childish and immature, pal. It's like you're using the baby as a pawn. Another one using a child as a pawn. TLC is getting the most immature, horrible role models for their shows. And I've got a fly in here or something that's driving me crazy. But, pal, you need to really... You have a good name because you actually need a pal. And I'm not saying for anyone to punch you, okay? But you need a virtual, okay? You need a virtual pal right in the mouth, okay? Because you're out of line here. You're out of line, sweetheart. You are, okay? You're totally out of line. We're not talking about letting everyone from the neighborhood come on in and hold the baby. We're not talking about little kids with runny, snotty noses holding the baby. We're talking about your mother-in-law here, okay? This is her only son. This is her only grandson. What the heck is wrong with you? Get yourself together, girl, because you were doing some pretty risque things, and that was okay. And Russ, what the heck are you gonna do? Anything? Anything? Except sit on the edge of the bed like a castrated puppy? Yes, pal. Yes, pal. I'll tell my mother, pal. Yes, pal. Yes, pal. Oh boy. You guys. I really don't even like to watch you guys, but when I saw this, that she won't let anyone hold the baby, I had to look at it. You guys are not a very exciting part of the show, but now you're just absolutely ridiculous, the both of you, and you're both at fault. So you better pull it together, because it's not going to last if you don't get it together. All right? Take care. Now that's my open letter to you. I have an open letter here for Nicole and Robalee from 90 Day Fiance. Now, in case you're not familiar, and I don't think you'd be watching this if you weren't familiar with the case, but the case. You see, there comes the true crime in me, but you know what? I hate to say it, Nicole, but I think this could be considered a true crime. For the mere fact that this guy is scamming you out of money and scamming your mother and your stepfather and your father and your stepmother as well, probably. So, yes, it could be considered a case, could be considered a true crime. But let's not focus on that right now. Let's go back and we'll call it a relationship. And I have to say, Nicole and Robalee, why don't you sit down and join me for a few minutes? Grab yourself a cup of tea. I know Nicole likes the Moroccan tea. Perhaps if we go grab some of that. And perhaps we can talk a little bit. Now, I know, back to that Moroccan tea, I remember when your mother and you were making in the kitchen, and in walks your stepfather, Joe, and you're all giddy, and we're making Moroccan tea. And it kind of sounded like, I think it was an old Shake and Bake commercial, and father walks in and is, we cooked the chicken and I helped, something to that effect. You know, it was very childish, Nicole. And I would say it would be cute in a child, but it's not cute in someone in her mid-20s. I know you're 23, 24, we'll call it the mid-20s, right? It's not cute anymore. And you know what's not cute about it? It's not cute about it because you're taking advantage of people, okay? And you're manipulative under the guise of being a little girl, okay? A little girl. I don't know any better kind of little girl thing. And you can tell that you've gotten away with it a lot. You know, people probably said, oh, Nicole, she's naive. She doesn't know any better. But you're a mother now, Nicole. And you have a little girl named May. And what you're doing with May, we'll discuss in just a minute. But Robalee, you need to take a seat too. Because Robalee, you've been an enabler. And I understand that probably telling Nicole no had her lay down on the floor and throw a bit of a temper tantrum. And for whatever reason, whether it was the divorce, and if you hear that fountainy stuff, that's the turtle's tank. So just think of it as a little relaxing fountain. But it's easy to see that Nicole pushed your buttons. She probably would flop herself down in a store, screaming, kicking her feet if she didn't get a certain toy. And you've given in to her, and you've given in to her, and you've given in to her. And it's the same reason that she's living rent-free at your house so that she can send all of her money to Asin. And we'll get to Asin in a minute. This may be all over there for the mere fact that I'm a rambler. And I have so many thoughts on this running through my head and so many things I want to say, and I really hope you guys are listening, Robalee and Nicole. And Joe, I give you a thumbs up and kudos to you because you're trying to speak some sense into them. And Nicole's brother, kudos to you too. And her sister kind of gets a kudos because sometimes you step up and tell the truth and sometimes you don't. Nicole's best friend, I can understand maybe why you don't want to come down, bring a hammer down on her. And I'm going to address that in just a minute here too. Now, I understand that Nicole gets paid for being on the show. And I understand that you probably do as well, all of you key players in the show. And maybe it's the reason you've allowed things to go to this point. Because you don't want, or Nicole is beating her head against the wall saying, don't let my 15 minutes of fame be done yet. I don't know what it is, but yes, I know that's a factor here. I also know for Asin, that's a huge factor, and that's what keeps this, you can call him a young man, playing this game as poorly as he is playing it, okay? Because if he was truly playing this game, I mean, someone could give him some real pointers, but, okay. We're going to get to Asin just a little bit here. So I understand that that may be your motivation, but Robalee, you also have to look that, or Robalee, I'm sorry, you know, Robalee, we'll call you Robalee, unless I call you the other thing. I tend to do that. I mix names up all the time. So I had someone in one of my chats, her name was Fern, and I kept calling her Fem because the R and the N were so close together, both like an M. Yeah, and I just couldn't get it. And then that sound is my dryer, or my washer. I think it's the dryer. It's done. But it's okay. We don't have to go yet. We can finish this, thankfully, right, Nicole? So, where were we? My mind tends to do that. I'm looking out the windows. I'm thinking about all the projects I have, but I want to talk to Robalee. Yes, Robalee. I don't even know what I said I would call you, but whatever it is, we know. You know, maybe I should just call you R or Rob, right? Roba Farms. Okay. Anyway, Robalee, listen. I understand that, and maybe you think, well, Nicole's going to get some big break, or maybe one of you will, or maybe she'll go on, she can write a book or something, and you're hoping so, because when she went for that, what was it, to the job, the employment counselor or something, things weren't so rosy, right? So I can understand you're thinking that maybe this will lead to her procuring some income in order to raise her daughter alone. Now, we don't hear anything about May's biological father at all, so we don't even know if he's in the picture, if he's paying support. I don't think he is, because your daughter has her calling some man in Morocco daddy, which I don't think is healthy at all. There's a lot of other unhealthy things I see in that. And Robalee, no amount of money, no amount of fame, is going to make up for things that May is going through, or things that she will throw back in your face, in Nicole's face years from now. Please understand that. And, it's not worth, people there at your family members must be saying, like, wake up, Robalee, wake up. But I have to say, in the last episode, I think you're taking that to heart and you're waking up a little bit. You're not at the stage that, and I'm going to be quite frank with you here, and I'm going to be quite frank with you, Nicole, too, okay? I'm not a violent person. I have 5 children. I don't walk around smacking and hitting my kids. But you're not a kid, remember, Nicole, you're not a child. You want to act like a child, and your hair reminds me, and I'm not talking about the purple, and it's such thick hair, very nice thick hair. What I'm trying to say is it's not against your hair. You have it all one length and it's pulled away, and it's just so thick. And it reminds me of a doll I had when I was little, which is truly scrumptious, from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And she was a Barbie doll size, and she had that same type of hair that was just all one length, and it was pulled into a ponytail. It's the perfect hair just to grab a good chunk of, It's not layered. You don't lose pieces of it. You've got this hair, and every time I see this hair, Nicole, I just want to grab onto that hair, and I just want to pull that hair and just get some blood flow to your brain, and maybe just get some sense into you. I don't know. It's an urge that's just baffling to me, and I don't know if your mother has had that urge. She probably wouldn't have done it on camera, but it's, that, and then I just like to give you one of those share slaps from Moonstruck, those snap out of it, Nicole kind of slaps, like, Nicole, slap out of it, right? Nicole, I'm telling you now, right? Snap out of it, Nicole. And then maybe one from the other side, and then a pull of the hair. Not that I'm a violent person, but it's getting insane, okay, what you are doing here. And you're having your mother fly over to Morocco, and you're lying to her. And in the last episode that I saw, you're just so snippant. You're so snippant with Joe when he asked you about the money. It's none of your business. I'd like to just say, Joe, I give you kudos for tempering your reaction there, because I would have been like, yeah, it's none of my business. Well, then don't come stay here for free. Don't ask me for money. Don't ask me to support you. Go out and get a real job and support yourself and your daughter. Get a place to live. And then tell me it's not my business. Okay? Nicole, you really are a piece of work. Okay? You say that Azan is your Arabian prince. Well, I don't need to pull my dictionary out right now. But I'm pretty sure that Azan is the furthest thing from an Arabian prince that there is. And I could just touch on a few key points. First of all, Arabian princes have money. Nicole, De Niro, cash, fat stacks, dollar bills, y'all. Whatever it's going to take to make you understand that that's what an Arabian prince has. An Arabian prince is not asking you to sign over your TLC paycheck to him. He's not asking you for $6,000 to open a fake business, which you lied about completely, we found out, okay? So it wasn't even that at this point that he was scamming you, right? You were just signing it over. I've heard tell that, oh, because you screwed his mother or sister out of some money somehow and you owed it to him. Here you go, Asin. Here you go, Asin. Here you go, Asin. And you sit there in your own little fantasy world on your phone while your daughter's off playing in some Starbucks, and you are the type of person that can be delusional. And you know, I never had that. Sometimes I think it might be a gift, really. I'm the other way, an overanalyzer. Maybe I read too much into someone's response, but I've never been of the kind that deludes themselves, okay? So let's just say a guy is totally not into you, the way that Asin is acting. I couldn't turn around and say, oh, the love of my life, and Asin and I know people that delude themselves. They like to give what seems just an extra stamp of truthfulness in their mind, or validation to a relationship, when we're talking about a relationship, by saying that the other person, who's clearly not interested at all except for money, loves them the way that they are infatuated with that person. And so they will use that person's name as in Asin and I are going to decide this. Asin and I, oh, when Asin and I get married, and then we're going to have babies. Okay, who does that sound like? You know, it's just a delusion. And, you know, when you said that, Nicole, you're going to have babies, right, with this guy. Okay, you're going to have babies with this guy. Who's going to pay for them, Nicole? You don't even know what kind of a job. Somebody asks us about his job. Oh, he's fishing. He's fishing? What kind of fishing is he doing? You know, I just wanted to laugh like a lunatic. I did. Because he's probably doing internet fishing and you just haven't figured it out, okay? Yes, I'm fishing. Yes, I'm fishing for more women that will send me money. Okay, you've already found him asking another woman for kisses. You believe some half-fast answer, and you've just taken that, oh, yes, oh, it's fine. You know, you're in the bathroom, you're yelling at the producers because you're going to lash out, right? You're not going to lash out at the person that you should be lashing out at, but he's your Arabian prince, right? Arabian princes don't act like this. Arabian princes aren't hanging on for your TLC money, okay? Arabian princes aren't stringing you along like this for a little pittance of money that you're sending. So lose the Arabian prince because you don't have an Arabian prince. Okay, what you have is a fisher. He's a fisherman, yeah. He's fishing, all right. He's fishing as in scamming, okay? And if you haven't found out, you can check that out, what internet phishing is, okay? Spell it with a P, H. And I think that is what your lovely fisherman is doing. He's not working on some boat. He's not doing some day work, as you said, and you got all flippant because remember, you're not entitled to answers from him, and you're just going to take that because you just want this fantasy in your mind so badly. Or you know that the truth you can't say, just like you told your mother all flippant, like, I couldn't tell you the truth. You deliberately lied to your mother. And at that time, Robalee, I don't even know how you contained yourself. Because that's another time for the, okay? Because, look, the girl is delusional, Robalee, okay? She needs some sense put into her head. And I think at this point, any way that you do that, I'm talking about beating the tar out of this girl. I'm not talking about putting her in the hospital or leaving bruises on her. I'm talking about a little bit of a hair pull and a quick snap out of it, slap or maybe two, okay? because the girl is going nuts, okay? And you're allowing it. Stop letting her live in your house rent-free. The best thing you can do for her, Robalee, is charge her rent. Take her rent money, put it in an account. When she gets her life together, give her the money or put it in a trust for May. Why are you letting her take this money and give this to this man overseas? Why are you letting her take May out of school? May's not going to start kindergarten because she's going to go to Morocco. And let's talk about Azan and that relationship. Should she be calling him Daddy, Robalee? I don't think so. Do you? I don't think so. Robalee, I'm concerned here. I'm really, really concerned here for this child. He is kissing this child on the lips. He is not her biological father. He is holding her. He is kissing her on the lips. I believe he was in a room alone with her in Morocco. I don't like it. I don't care if you want to call me a skeptic or whatever, and oh, he loves her like a daughter. I'm sorry. He is not her father. He is scamming your daughter. He is kissing your granddaughter on the lips. He's holding her. He's in a room with her. I don't like it. And I think you should pay attention to it. If your daughter wants to make this mistake with this scammer, then let her make the mistake. This is a child of what, 4 or 5? Her mother isn't advocating for her. Her mother is taking her to what could be a very dangerous situation, okay, in more ways than one. May could disappear from there. May could be trafficked. May could be made to participate in horrid things that she'll never get over. Robalee, petition for the custody of that child and put that child into school. You know, tell your daughter, listen, you got 2 choices, okay? You voluntarily leave May here and let me get her into school if you're going to go chasing this fake Arabian prince who's scamming you, or I'm going to petition for custody because what you're doing is not in the best interest of this child, okay? I don't even know why she wants to bring May over there unless she's using May as a pawn. And that's what I think it is. And in that case, that's even more of a red flag. Why would May be used? We know when she's here, her own sister said that she had been taking care of May more than Nicole. Okay? Nicole is not the helicopter mom. She walks into a Starbucks and she's stargazing into her fishing Arabian prince wannabe, not never going to be, guy on the phone while her daughter is off in some corner coloring. I know there's other episodes where your other daughter has been taking care of her. I know that you probably take care of her. So the reason that Nicole wants to bring this child over there is baby because it's a magnet for Azan. Is Azan liking May too much? Why? Why is Nicole wanting to bring this one? Clearly Nicole would rather be lounging about, not having a care in the world and not having to care for a child, and she could sit there all day in her giddy daydreams. Why is she wanting to bring May over there? It's not good, Robalee. You need to put a stop to this. You need to put a stop to this. It's not worth the TLC fame, whatever you think is coming from that. It's not worth the, I know it's a very small paycheck they get per episode. It's nothing that could be put, you know, no matter what amount it is, it's not worth your granddaughter being scarred for life. It's not worth losing your granddaughter for life. You don't know what can happen there. This is insanity. This is insanity. She's not 18. Your daughter is over legal age. If you can't talk sense into her after you pull the money away from this girl, you petition the court. She has no means to support her daughter. No means at all. Okay? She's going to take this daughter out of school. You know, that's educational neglect in this country, and you can get custody. Okay? And you need to do that. You need to step up to the plate. And you know what? I bet if you did that, you'd still be on TLC, because TLC would love the drama. You'd get your granddaughter to stay here, and she keep getting the paychecks that she could send to Azan. okay? But you need to do something here. I really hope that you will do something here. I'm speaking to you now, and I hope that you will do something about this, Robalee. You really need to talk some sense into this girl, get some blood flow into that head of hers with all that hair. You think she would have great follicles for blood flow, but she may need a little help there, getting some blood all the way through her head. I don't know. I mean, she really, really needs a talk. And her friend, stop, telling her what she wants to hear. It's time for the tough love talk. It's time to shake some sense into this girl. She needs to get her life together before she's off tracing someone in another country, okay? Some Arabian prince. That's not a prince. Nicole, he's not a prince, okay, hon? If he was a prince, you'd be married, and he wanted you, you'd be married by now. This guy, can you not see? Did you ever read the book, He's Just Not That Into You? Why don't you read that book, He's Just Not That Into You, and then look at your interaction with Asin, okay? He didn't marry you, okay? He milked you out of your money. He's milking you out of your paycheck. He's there for the paycheck. Tell him there's no more paychecks. Tell him there's no more TLC show. Can we see how long he'll stick on? Tell TLC you want to do a little social experiment, okay? Have them go along with you. Have them contact him and say, we don't need you on the show anymore, but you can continue with your relationship with Nicole. Let's see how long it lasts. Okay, Nicole? Let's see just how long it lasts. What do you think? A couple of weeks, a couple of days, a couple of hours, a couple of minutes. I'm going for the last one. But let's see. Why don't you do that little social experiment, okay? All right. I think that you should do that. Find out where his real feelings are there, Nicole, okay? Is it the fat stacks? Is it the cash cow? What is it? I don't know. I think it's dollar bills, y'all, right? Okay. So now, Robalee and Nicole, that is my letter to you and your mom. You need to get a grip, girl. You need to get a grip. And now you bought your tickets for Morocco. Oh, look, May, we bought our tickets for Morocco. We're going to Morocco. But what? Asin gave you a half-hearted attempt, and then he said, I just need some time. How many more things? He canceled your trip to Grenada, right? Canceled that, a family emergency that you couldn't ask what it was and know what it was. That is the oldest excuse in the book, right? And you just don't get it. And I think this guy must be like, wow, she just doesn't get it. But I don't care because I'm getting it. I'm getting the money. Oh, there we go. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Wake up, wake up, wake up. If you watch 90 Day Fiance and you've wanted to write a letter to Nicole and her mother, comment below. Let them know. Put your thoughts there. Guys, please read the comments and find out what people really want to say to you guys. You need help, Nicole. Get some therapy. Find out why you're doing this. Find it out for May. Robalee, put an end to May being used as a pawn. And I shudder to think. But wake up, guys, okay? Wake up. Here is a virtual slap and virtual hair pull. Robalee, balls in your court. You can send the message home to Nicole, or you could just ignore it and let her take May through this mud. Now her plane tickets are canceled. What's going to happen in 2 weeks? Are we going to go through this charade again, or is this going to end? Having the little girl call him daddy is ripping her of a daddy twice. I don't know what happened to the first daddy, if she ever knew him, but it's emotional abuse to this child. Put an end to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let them know in the comments your thoughts. Take care. Bye-bye.